Lived anymore or lives? She lives there now? Did she move earlier?
No, my stepdad, well, they did live in Belgium for 4 years.
Yeah.
My stepdad's in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And then so they moved down, and when they came back to the United States, they lived in California for about a year, and they moved back down.
Okay. What about, what do I do here on the 11? How do I factor this?
Factors of 3 and 3.
Yep. So 1 and 3, and what are the factors of 4?
1 and 4 and 2.
Perfect. All right, so which ones come first? Which one gives me 3 first?
3 and 1.
3K and 1K. There you go. All right, so I've got to pick one of these, guys. It doesn't matter. If you get it wrong, we'll just scratch it out and do it again, okay? We want to pick 2 and 2? Okay. So outer is 3 times 2. What's 3 times 2? 6K. And the inner is 2 times K, which is... All right. I need 2 and 6 to give me -8 somehow. Will 2 and 6 give me -8? Yes, how?
-6.
If you add them, that gives you positive, so I need negative.
-6.
So they both,
-2.
there you go, they both need to be negative. Perfect, perfect. Somebody let Tyler in. I'm more concerned about the constant beating on the door like we didn't see you there. Hurry up. Come on. Get your bell ringers. We're almost done. All right. What about number 12? Number 12, what do I do?
7 is 28.
All right. Factors of 7 are 7. What are the factors of 28?
1 and 28.
Uh-huh.
2 and 14.
Yep.
4 and 7.
4 and 7. There you go. All right. So let's see. I have no choice but to use which one? Which one's the only set there? 1 and 7, okay? 7W. And 1W. That's what happens when you get here on time and you do your bell ringer. Technically, if I had shut that door on time, you would be late. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm trying to get to 53. So which one do you want to do? 7 times which one?
4 and 7.
7 times 7.
You want to do 7 times 7 or 7 times 4?
4 and 7.
7 times 7.
I know, but you need to. Which one you need to do first? I got to figure out which one first. All right. So let's see. What's 7 times 7?
That's 49.
49. And let's see. That's 1 times 4, which is.
Wow.
And how will 49 and 4 give me 53?
Because
Add them. There you go. What are you telling me? You telling me?
Yeah. Oh, no, this black.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you didn't. All right. Y'all good? I'm just picking Kai. All right. First thing we have to do is we have to go over our ACT stuff from yesterday. And then we got a quiz. And then we got to finish up some notes from another section, okay? So, yes, 16 through 20 on ACT. Grab your ACT. Let's go. Come on. Come on. All right, 16. Do I need to go over 16? Anybody need 16? 16 going once. Your homework last night was to look at the answers, so you should already know the answers. Anybody need 16? All right, 17. Anybody need 17? Yeah? Okay, let's see. A machine part is diagram, the figure below. The center's in the circle. Okay, so look, guys. They give you the whole thing, right? Make this a mixed number. How do I make this not a mixed number? How do I make it an improper fraction? You do add, but not first. Multiply what? 11. Hey, zip it. What's 11 times 8? 88, and then you add that to 5. What's 88 plus 5? 93 over your same denominator of 8, okay? Same thing with these. So what's 16 times 2?
That's 32.
Plus 1.
37. 33.
33 over 16.
Wait, isn't that like backwards check mark? Something like that?
Yeah, some people call it different things, but yeah. All right, what's 4 times 4?
16.
And then plus 3.
That's 19.
19 over 4, right? Okay, so I need to figure out this missing piece right here. So how would I do that? I would add these two together and then subtract it from what? The whole thing, right? Okay, so here we go. I got to have a common denominator. So what's common between 16 and 4? 16. So I need to multiply this one by 4 to make it 16. What's 19 times 4? Quick. Use your calculator. Come on, let's go. Time is money on the ACT. Add those two together. Use your calculator. Quick.
That's 109.
It is 109. Very good. You should do that in your head, too. All right, so then I take that and I subtract it from 93. So I take 93 over 8, subtract 109 minus 16. But they do not have the same denominator, but it's real quick and easy to make them 16. You multiply it by 2. So what's 93 times 2? Quick.
186.
186 over 16. Subtract those two real quick. 70. 70. No, that's 77. All right, real quick, like, what's 77 divided by 16? You're going to get a decimal. It's okay.
4.81.
4.81, so you know it's not C, B, or A. It's got to be these two, right? Everybody good? So how many times does 16 go into 77? It goes 4 times. What's 4 times 16? Use your calculator, come on.
64.
64. What's the difference between 77 and 64?
13.
13? Keep your same denominator. What's your answer? D. All right, what about 18? Do I need to go over 18? You might need 18? Yes? Okay. Depth of a pond is 180 centimeters and being reduced by 1 centimeter per week. Okay, so here we go. You got a pond that's 180 centimeters, right? And it's being reduced. What does the word reduced mean? Subtracting how much?
1 centimeter.
1 centimeter per week, okay? How do I do per week in math terms? If we don't know something, what do we put? Don't say a question mark either. We put an X, right? So it's 1X. That means every single week it's being reduced by 1. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. You got a second pond that's 160, and it's being reduced, so I'm going to subtract by a half per week. Guys, what can I do instead of a half so I don't have to deal? 0.5, right? And if it's per week, how do I write that? X. So if both ponds continue to reduce at the constant rate, in how many weeks will the ponds be the same? Guys, what's it mean for something to be the same? What's a math term? Equal. So what do I do to these two? Set them equal. All right, what can I do to find out what X is? Come on, time is money on ACT.
Add 1x.
Add 1x. So 180 equals 160, and then plus 0.5, right? Negative 0.5 plus 1. Now what? Subtract 160. So that'll be 20 is equal to 0.5x, and then what do? Divide by. And when you divide by 0.5, what does x equal? Should be 40. Yep. Y'all okay? All right. What about the next one? What about 19? Does anybody need 19? $19 going once? Yeah? Okay. All right. 19. When graphed in the standard corner, which of the following does not... Okay, so to be a line, what does a line look like? What's that formula for a line? MX plus B. Very good. Very good. Okay? So, which one does not look anything like y equals mx plus b? Definitely not.
That looks like y equals mx plus b. A? That is an x.
Is there a regular x here? 4 is the same thing as your b, right? This is just a vertical line. X equals 4 is a vertical line.
Oh, yeah.
Which one doesn't look like y equals mx plus b?
B.
Which one? We just got finished doing this before Christmas. Very good. Why do I know that's not a straight line? Because it's a square, and what kind of a graph does a square make, guys? The parabola. Guys, you have to know that. That should have been like a 2-second question right there. That's it. It should have taken you longer to read the question than it would be to answer it, okay? As soon as you see that exponent, You know it's a parabola, so it's not a straight line. Does that make sense? Y'all okay? Y'all just staring at me. Okay, I'm trying to help you get some free money. Okay, so in geometry you learned about SOHCAHTOA, right? Do y'all remember this in geometry?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. Guys, you are taking Algebra 2 with trig. That means we have a whole quarter where we're going to do nothing but trig stuff, okay? So we are coming back to this very, very soon, okay? All right, what's it say? Which one are we going off of? Which angle? A. So we're going off of A. Ready? So the first one says cosine. So what is cosine? It's adjacent over hypotenuse. What is the adjacent to A? 5. Does this one have 5 in it? No. All right. Sine. So sine is opposite. So from A, which one's opposite? Which one's on the other end? 12. Does this one have 12? Yep. And it's over hypotenuse. What's my hypotenuse? How do you know that? Because the right angle literally points right to it. So this does say 12 over 13. And you're done. You're all okay? All right, all right. So Monday we're going to do 21 through 25. We are almost through with the easy ones, and we'll get to the more difficult ones, and I'll give you more time on the more difficult. Yes, ma'am.
This calculator is
What's wrong with it?
push the numbers, it doesn't like do anything, and it won't turn off.
What number is that?
6.
Yeah, that's why. Put it in the, it's been acting up a little bit lately. Just put it back in the, yeah, just put it back in the tray, and I'll have to find time to fix it. All right, here we go. You ready? You got a quiz. You do not have the whole class period to take the quiz, because then we have to do at least 2 or 3 problems on your notes, okay? So clear everything off your desk. Clear everything off your desk. Okay, here we go. Page 4, page 4. Ready, ready? All right, so 3xy, do you remember what this is called? It starts with an M when it's just one term. Starts with an M. Learned it in science. What means 2? Like a bicycle has 2 wheels, right? So 2 would mean what?
Multiple.
What's the prefix in the beginning of bicycle?
Bi. Yeah.
Tri means 3, right? So what means 1? Starts with an M. Mono. So this is a monomial. Okay? So when you divide by a monomial, it's really easy. So here we go. We're just going to divide this into all 3 of them, okay? So let's write that down. 6x to the 4, y to the 3, over 3xy. And then plus,
Repeat that again.
I'm just going to divide this into all 3 of them. So I just took this one and divided it by 3xy. That's it. Alright, where did I get the plus sign? It's in the problem, right? I didn't come up with it out of thin air. It's in the problem. Alright, so then you take the second one. So Jacob, the second one is 12x cubed y squared. And you're going to divide that by 3xy. Okay? And then you subtract because it's in the problem. And you take the last one, 18x squared divided by 3xy. You see, now we can simplify them all. What's 6 divided by 3? 2. What about x to the 4th divided by x? We just took a quiz on this. X to the 3rd. What about y to the 3rd divided by what? There you go. Plus, what's 12 divided by 3? 4. What about your x's?
X squared.
Uh-huh. And y to what power? Y to the 1. There you go. All right, minus, what's 18 divided by 3? 6. What about your x's? X. What about that y? What do I do with him? He stays where, though? On the bottom. There you go. And that's all you got to do. Y'all okay? right, let's do number 2. Number 2, there was one just like this on your study guide, okay? Where, yes, sir?
Can you combine the 4 and the 2?
No, they're not like, this is x cubed, y squared, and this is x squared, y. They're not the same thing.
Being only plus, you wouldn't add the...
They have to be exactly the same. They have to have the same exact x's and the same exact y's. All right, so what do I do with this back set of parentheses right here? What happens to them? No? What's so special about that back set of parentheses? Uh-huh. So where does it go?
On the bottom.
On the bottom. So 16 c to the 4th, d to the 5th, minus 24 c squared d squared over 4c squared d squared. And now it's a positive 1, right? And positive 1 doesn't change anything. Alright, do you see how all that stuff on the bottom is stuck together? There's no plus sign, there's no minus sign, it's all stuck together, right? So that means you're dividing by a monomial. So if I divide by a monomial, you just divide it into both of them. So you have 16 c to the 4th d to the 5th over 4c squared d squared minus 24 c squared d squared over 4c squared d squared. Okay, so what's 16 divided by 4?
4.
4. And my c's?
It'll be c squared.
Perfect.
C squared.
And my d's?
E cubed.
D cubed. Minus, what's 24 divided by 4? 6. What happens to the c's and the d's? They cancel out. They become 1, but 1 doesn't change 6, right? Y'all okay? Alright, look down at the bottom. Y'all try number 5 real quick. Look down at the bottom. Y'all try number 5. Y'all try 5. Number 5. Three NP minus 6 plus 7P. Sweet. Okay? Alright, now let's learn how to do a binomial. Let's look at number 3. We're going to do the easy ones today, okay? We're just going to do the easy ones. Number 3. Do you see right here this division sign? Division means the same as this bar, right? This bar means division too. So now you're not dividing by a monomial. Now you're dividing by what? Well, yeah, they're all polynomials. That's like calling all of us humans. We're all humans, but it has a specific name. How many terms? Binomial, right? So these are binomials. These are binomials. These are a little different, okay? You have to do, we're going to use synthetic. So it's called synthetic division. Synthetic division is what we're going to do. Remember the old school way in like elementary school you learn how to divide with the big little bar and you put everything underneath it? You remember that? Okay. So you take the opposite sign. What's the opposite sign? Positive 5. Okay, and you put him in his cute little box right here, okay? Alright, so you have to take the coefficients. What's the coefficient right here in the front? 1. What's this coefficient? 3. What's this right here? Negative 40. Y'all okay so far? It's a little weird, but it's really easy once you get the hang of it, okay? It's a little weird though. Alright, so here's what you do. You cut that last one off every single time. And you draw your bar down here and you add. Okay? It's a little weird, but I promise it's easy once you get the hang of it. Alright, just like you did in division, remember? You bring the first one down. Remember doing division a long time ago? Then you multiply these two. What's 5 times 1? 5. Then you add these two. What do you get? 8. Then you multiply these two. What do you get? Positive 40. And you add these, and what do you get? 0. Okay, so your answer is 1 less than your exponent. What's 1 less than 2? 1. So this is going to be 1x to the 1 and then plus 8. Y'all okay? Let's try number 7 together. You ready? We're going to do number 7. We're going to do the easy ones today. Number 7. Okay. How is this one different? How do I know this is the crazy stuff? Because it has a binomial, right? So take the opposite sign. What's the opposite? Negative 2. All right, now look, guys. Here we go. You ready? Your exponents have to go in order. Y'all are going ahead of me, and you're going to miss something. Your exponents have to go in order. When we count, do we count 1, 2, 4? No. What are we missing? A 3. So if we don't have a 3, what do we put right here? A 0, okay? You have to have a 3. Okay, here we go. What's this coefficient? 4. That's x to the 4, right? Or a to the 4. What's the coefficient for a to the 3? 0. What's the coefficient for a squared? Positive 2. What's the coefficient for a to the 1? Negative 4. What's the coefficient for just the 1 by itself? 12. Alright, you cut the last one off. And then draw your bar. We're going to add. Alright, here we go. Bring the first one down. Multiply and you get negative 8. Add and you get negative 8. Multiply and you get 16. Add these two and you get 18. Multiply these two and you get negative 36. Add these and you get negative 40. Multiply these and you get how much? 80. Very good. Add these and you get 92. Y'all okay so far? Alright, here we go. It's 1 less than the exponent you started with. What's 1 less than 4? So it's 4x to the 3rd minus 8x to, or 8, these are a's, sorry, these are a's. Oops, really didn't matter, but, alright, a to what power? What comes before 3? 2, and that's a positive 18, so plus 18, a to what power? 3 to what? First, and then minus 40. Okay, here's the deal. You see how we cut this last one off? That makes a big deal, okay? This is your remainder. You remember doing remainders in elementary school? A little bit, maybe? Okay. Well, if you have a remainder, what kind of 92 is this? Plus or minus?
Plus.
So it's a plus, right? When you do a remainder, you have to divide it by what you had. What were we dividing by in the first place? There you go. A plus 2. We're going to do some more on Monday, guys. Don't worry, okay? I don't think we have enough time to do another one. Kind of, so I promise it's easy once you get the hang of it, okay? It's very, very easy. It's just very, very different. We'll do some more on Monday.